Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick aside without a sense of feeling. And this is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of.
No! Yes! By request.
Good morning.
Play the old intro, Lou.
Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning. good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Clap your hands, clap, clap, clap. Stomp your feet, stomp, stomp, stomp. Spin around, spin, spin, spin. Alright. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 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 Wash your hands, wash, wash, wash. Shake your hands, shake, shake, shake. Brush your teeth, brush, brush, brush. Alright. Good morning.
What a great day. Also in two. In addition to that as well, a lot of infatuation lately with the old intro song. Not sure what's going on with that, but there you go. The old morning show intro. Yeah. Judge Juno got to pick the picture for this week, and this is the one he picked. I don't want to. I don't know this kid. There's not much I can say about him, if anything at all. I don't want to pretend. I don't want to take away from people that did know him by pretending or trying to say something. I don't know what I'm talking about here. But anyway, this is the picture he sent in. And this is Luca, 4-year-old. Passed away last Thursday from leukemia. He was a big Miami fan, huge Miami fan. And Juno asked that we use this show, this channel, and this platform to promote awareness and to memorialize his life for this week. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll leave this picture up here next to the show schedule all week. But I mean, I don't think you have to know him. We probably all know somebody, even if it wasn't leukemia, some kind of cancer. I mean, I don't think you can. I don't think you can be alive anymore without knowing all kinds of people. People probably that. If you haven't been directly affected by it, you probably know somebody that has. So. Shout out to Luca, and here's to Miami having a good season in 2021. How about that? All right. How was y'all's weekend? How was y'all's weekend? My weekend was pretty good. Hold on. Wait a minute. How'd that... Never mind. Bacon Ninja, thank you for the super chat. He says, tomorrow, do the same, but in VicTube's voice. Do the same what? Do the same what? Not sure what you mean there. Do the same thing, but in VicTube's voice. Don't know that I could do VicTube's voice. I talk where you can barely hear me. Yeah. 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 Oh. How could I forget? There's some breaking news this morning. This is a story I've been working on for quite some time. It's a developing story, too, and also. Is this it?
Audio Jungle.
No, that's definitely not it. This must be it. Yeah, that probably will work. But it's a story I've been working on for quite some time. And there is a new development. You've come to expect the latest news, developments, anytime there's any breaking events that need to be covered around here. And since this is something we've been working on for quite some time, I actually found this bit of information Friday afternoon. And it's just another piece of the puzzle here in this mystery that we're all trying to solve. But here we go. Breaking news.
But I thought Morningwood from the beginning was not a good idea.
There you have it. So we're starting to figure this thing out now. Of course, we had this last. We found out this last week, if you remember.
Yeah, I just don't think Morningwood as a show. I don't think the show was doing that well.
And there was some. There were some that were disputing that claim by Celine Driver.
Yeah, I just don't think Morningwood as a show. I don't think the show was doing that well.
Yeah, there was some dispute there. So the crack staff here at UNCLELOU LouTube News, like I said, came across this gem Friday afternoon.
But I thought Morningwood from the beginning was not a good idea.
So I don't know. Again, this is something that the news team here at LouTube is still following, and we'll keep you apprised of any more developments there. How's that? That'd be good. We got Scott Kerr. I almost said it again. I almost said Scott Hall. I caught myself that time. I don't know why. I never did that before. I think I started last week. I kept calling him Scott Hall. No, Scott Kerr. And Chess Hall coming on today. Fake news. Traffic report. Yes, being crack staff. That's how they get paid. That's how they get paid. Fake news and traffic report coming up today. Okay, I created an email account specifically for the talent show to make it easier for me to track the videos that are sent in for the talent show. Now, we're going to start this in a couple of weeks. So if you haven't already started honing your craft, practicing your talent, whatever you want to call it, now would be a good time to start. And you can get your videos sent in anytime before the start of the of the competition, which will be in a couple of weeks. I think we'll start at the second week of June. How about that? So let me see. I got the calendar here. So this is the last week of May. Okay. Next Monday is May 31st. We'll start the talent show the Monday after that, June 7th. Okay? So I need the videos sent in the weekend prior to that at the latest. There's a chance if you send it in that Monday morning, June 7th, I might be able to get it loaded in, but there's no guarantee. Because you got to remember, when you email me the video, I've got to save it, download it, add it to the queue through OBS so that I can play it and all that. So try to get the video sent in by the weekend prior to June 7th. It gives you 2 weeks from today. Anything is a talent. Anything is a talent. Okay? We're going to do a first place winner, second place, and just like last year, we're going to have a last place winner. You remember last year we had a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. So I played all the videos, right? We voted. The top 10 moved on. The bottom 10 were going to be eliminated, but then we had a loser's bracket for the bottom 10. And the worst video won something too. We're going to do that again. So maybe you want to try to win the worst video. That's fine too. That's fine too. Yeah, talent show starts June 7th, so you have till the weekend prior to that to get your videos sent in. Now, email is just one way to get me the videos. There are some other ways. If you have a YouTube channel, you can upload your video to your YouTube channel. Now, I would prefer that you uploaded it as a private video so that everybody doesn't see it before the talent show, and then you just send me the link. Actually, you upload it as an unlisted video. There's 3 ways to upload a video: public, private, or unlisted. Public is what we all do when we upload a video and we want everybody to watch it. Private is when you upload a video and no one can watch it but you. And unlisted means only people that have the link to the video can watch it. So depending on how long the video is or the file size of the video, you may or may not be able to email it to me. If you can't email it to me and you have a YouTube channel, just upload it to your YouTube channel, mark it as unlisted, and then email this email address, LouTubeTalent@gmail.com, LouTubeTalent@gmail.com. Just email me the link to the video. Then I can download the video and play it on the show during the talent show. So multiple ways to get the video in. I would prefer, well, I'll tell you what, any way you can figure out to get me the video is fine. But you have to send an email to this email address telling me where the video is. I can't be running all over the place, looking in 20 different places, just wondering who sent videos where. I'm going to go to this email address, and I'm going to go email by email and get the videos that way. So if you send it to me on Facebook Messenger, send me an email to this email address and say, hey, I sent you my talent show video to your Facebook Messenger, or I emailed it to you, or I uploaded it to YouTube and this is the link to it, whatever. You can figure it out. There's a million different ways to email or whatever a video to somebody in 2021. I'm pretty sure the majority of you are smart enough to figure out a way to do it. But no matter how you do it, I need you to send an email to this email address, because this is how I'm going to track the submissions, is with this email address. So even if you can't email me the video, send me an email telling me where you sent the video. How'd that be? Make sense? We had about 20 people enter last year. I'd like to have at least that many again this year. The talent show, I was talking to somebody yesterday, last June, and I want to talk to Chess about this when he calls in today too. Someone discovered Chess Hall's first appearances on the morning show over the weekend, and they binge watched them. And I hadn't gone back and listened to those in a long time either, so I actually found them and clicked on a few of them. Last June was the talent show and the birth of Chess Hall on the morning show. Last June was probably the best the morning show has ever been. Mostly because of the talent show, Chess, so don't get your head all swole up. But the chess thing was amazing too, and that all happened last June. And I got to thinking about it. That's probably the best. That's definitely the most fun I've ever had. Was last June. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. The talent show, and we had Chess Hall was on like 4 or 5 times in June. With his, Confessions of Chess Hall or whatever you want to call it. It was when he first showed up here, really. And that all happened last June. That was a great month on the morning show. So we'll see if we can duplicate that this year with the talent show. Anything can be a talent. We had people last year we had people sending videos singing. We had people, playing instruments. We had people, some guy said the alphabet backwards. What else did we have? Somebody sent in their a highlight video of them playing soccer. We had, then we have a skateboard video. Somebody sent in a skateboarding video. What else? Y'all help me out. Somebody sent in a video of their school talent show that they were in. Anything can be a talent. We had impersonations. Nate the Great I think it was he impersonated some characters from SpongeBob SquarePants, I think it was. I don't know. I'm a grown man. I don't watch cartoons. So y'all start thinking about it. Get that stuff sent in. Yes, Friction Vixen. Literally anything can be a talent. Speaking Polish is a talent. Being Polish is a detriment. So, just to let you know. Uncle Lou stayed up half the night last night. Why, you might ask? Great question. Great question. Who knows what came out this weekend on Netflix? Who can tell me? Who's been paying attention to the morning show? What came out this weekend on Netflix? Rick Sanchez says, how can being Polish be a detriment? Well, Polish people are stupid, Rick. That's right, Sea Dog. Season 2 of Who Killed Sarah. No spoilers. I watched it all. I didn't stop. I started and did not turn it off until it ended. I watched every episode back to back. Really, really good show. More twists and turns. I don't remember the last time there was a show with this many. Anyway, I know a lot of you watched season 1 after we talked about it about a month ago. So if you've been waiting on season 2 like me, it came out this weekend. Season 2 did. And it was good. It was good. It was good. I would love to talk about it more, but it's hard to talk about that show without giving away any spoilers. So maybe we'll wait a couple of weeks, and we'll come back and discuss it at that point. And we'll give fair warning at that time that if anybody doesn't want to have it spoiled, click off or something, don't watch or something. There's nothing worse than somebody that spoils TV shows or movies. I can't stand that. I remember when I was watching, was it Breaking Bad? You know what? It might have been The Walking Dead, because I did like the first 2 seasons of Walking Dead. I didn't like them after that. But anyway, if you weren't watching Walking Dead live, you had to stay off the internet. Like if you were DVRing it and then gonna watch it the next day, you just had to stay off the internet, because as soon as you got on Facebook, every post was, "Oh my God, this person died, and I can't believe such and such died," or "I can't believe this happened in Walking Dead," and stuff like that just ruins it. It just ruins it. Breaking Bad is the best show on Netflix, period, says TikTok Chess Hall. It is an amazing show. It's in my top 5 of all time series, for sure. Funky Fudge says no racism, homophobia, or any sort of xenophobia on my channel. Okay. I believe you. Until you give me a reason not to. Or are you suggesting I'm scared of Polish people? Is that what you're doing? Maybe you're suggesting, is that what you're suggesting? That I'm scared of Polish people? Not scared of Polish people. Why would I be scared of Polish? I don't even know if I know any Polish people. Except whatever person just said they were Polish. Beggin Megan says, I have a hell of a talent, but it's not YouTube friendly. Yeah, Joe, Fanatic, that's just the worst, you know. Game of Thrones was another one. Game of Thrones was another one. And well, I was hooked on that show. Very few shows in the last 10 years have I watched live. Very few. I usually either wait until the season is over. I DVR every episode, wait till the season is over so I can binge watch it all at once, or I do the Netflix. Or, you know, even if it's something I really like, a lot of times I record it and watch it the next day or a couple of days later because for whatever reason I was unable to watch it live. Not the case with Game of Thrones. Uncle Lou made no plans any time around 9 o'clock Sunday night for the last 2 or 3 years of Game of Thrones. I watched it live. You had to, because if you got on Facebook, that was it. It was just ruined. You know, literally the second something would happen on Game of Thrones, there was a billion people posting about it on Facebook. You just had to stay off of there. So I was watching that one live, but that was another great show too, Game of Thrones. Second greatest HBO series of all time, in my opinion. And HBO's had a lot of good series over the years, but I would put The Sopranos number 1 and Game of Thrones number 2. Okay, let's get on the phone here. No one else see anything I have to say. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Good morning, Uncle Lou. I'm going to do my spoiler for The Sopranos. Don't stop. And there you go. How are you today?
I'm great, Mr. Kerr. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I know you're not a fan of golf, but did you watch the PGA Championship yesterday?
Not live, but when I saw everybody posting about it at the same time, as soon as it ended, I went to YouTube and found a couple of clips. I watched the highlight clip of his final round, and then I watched him putting on 18 and trying to get off the green. Alive, which didn't seem easy to do for whatever reason. I don't know what the deal is. Do they not have? Is nothing roped off at that place? I mean, it looked like you could just go wherever you wanted there.
Oh my God, that's what killed me, Uncle Lou. That was the thing that killed me. Okay, hillbillies on the damn fairway of South Carolina. Why would you allow any fans on the fairway of any golf course while the golf course is being played?
Right.
And Phil literally had to pull out of the crowd like he was one of the Beatles from 1965.
Right.
They were grabbing and pulling at him.
Yeah.
They did the same for Koepka. Koepka could barely get out of the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell happened to security?
Right.
And then they finally come up with a little rope, and to try to stop everybody. But I'm thinking, how in God's name did everyone all of a sudden get on the fairway and run towards Phil Mickelson while he's trying to finish up the round.
Yeah, it was
And
odd.
he had a point too. He had a big point about the drones. I don't know if you noticed, but one of the putts he missed, right in the background, was a big damn drone. And, just sitting there, while he's trying to putt, and he has a bogey.
Now, I didn't watch the tournament. So with the drone, is that something the TV network was doing to try to get some kind of weird angle or shot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So it wasn't like a fan. It wasn't like
Dixie.
a fan from a mile away that just flew the drone there. Okay.
No, it's CBS. And
Yeah.
CBS already has a Goodyear blimp.
Right.
My wife calls it a dirigible. But they already have so you got the overhead view already with the Goodyear blimp. I mean, if they're going to put drones out there, why have the Goodyear blimp?
Right.
But it was an outstanding series, but they kept going on about, well, he's going to be one of the oldest players to win a major championship, and they're playing, old man, look at my face, I'm a lot like you are. They're playing that as a bumper, and I'm like, stop it. He's only 50 freaking years old.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sakes. But they went on and on and on about his age, and he's 50. He wasn't 80 years old out there with an oxygen tank.
You know,
He's not rolling an oxygen tank with his caddy.
The sports media is the worst about this, but they pick winners and losers and ahead of time. And this isn't an it's rigged thing, but what I mean is they've been in love with Phil Mickelson for 25 years. The sports media and the golf media in particular, they love this guy. And I'm not saying they shouldn't. Right. I'm just saying they've been overly infatuated with Phil Mickelson for years. So, I mean, as soon as I heard on Friday or Saturday that he was in contention even, I was like, okay, brace yourself for a million Phil Mickelson stories and never mind the fact that now he's the oldest and all that. So I kind of knew all that was coming because they just wait on Phil Mickelson to do anything good at all. So they can just go on and on and on. I've been doing that for years with him.
Well, the bookies certainly didn't have him down. I mean, he came rising up, and good for Phil. I think Phil is a decent human being, and I think he's a great golfer, and he's turned his game around. He's gotten more into meditation. He's lost weight. Physically, he's more in contention to play the game. So good for him. And you got Ricky Fowler out there. You got all these young players out there, and of course, a lot of people thought that one of the young players would win this, and it's great that Phil did win his second PGA. But it was just horrible how security broke down and allowed all those people to grab after Phil and Koepka too. It took almost a minute for Koepka to come out of the crowd.
Well,
I was like, what in God's name is going on?
You keep referring to them as people. They were fans, and this is why I'm glad.
Hillbillies is what they were.
This is why I'm glad the Augusta National doesn't allow fans. They only allow patrons.
There you go. There you go, Lou. There you go.
Kiowa might want to look into that.
$375 a ticket, I think, is what I heard.
Yeah.
I think it was $375 for the final round. Now, do they need to raise that price up to make it from fan to patron? Absolutely.
That's more expensive than the Masters, sir. That's more expensive than a Masters ticket. Masters tickets about $250.
It damn sure should be. I mean,
you can't get a Masters ticket for face value. They have the lottery system, and everybody gets their tickets secondhand, and you pay $5,000 to go for one day. But if you're lucky enough to get on the list from year to year for the Masters. I think the series badges where you get one for Thursday through Sunday are about $400, and if you get a daily badge, they're $200 and something. They're pretty cheap if you get them directly from there.
Don't you think that if anything like that happened at the Masters, it wouldn't happen at the Masters because security would be all over it and throw those people out.
I've seen people get arrested out there for running out into a bunker. I saw a guy get arrested one year for running out into a bunker and filling a Ziploc baggie up with sand. He wanted sand from an Augusta National bunker, and he got arrested and thrown out.
I'm going to look that up on eBay and see if you can buy that. I bet you can.
I've got some air from there trapped in a mason jar.
Do you really?
Yeah, $50 a jar. It's $50 a jar. Or you can just pick one of my videos and share it somewhere, and I'll send you the air from the Augusta National for free.
Do you know how much I hate Steve Spurrier and the reason why?
Why?
Have you seen the pictures of him peeing on Augusta National Golf Course?
Yeah, you know that's the only reason he took the job at South Carolina, don't you? It came with a membership to the Augusta National.
He's out there actually peeing on Augusta National.
Yeah.
Over by Pine Tree.
Yeah.
The caddy took the picture.
Well, he ain't got no home
And
training.
after... Well, anyway. All right, well, listen, I'll get to it here. I know we're running late here. It's time for Lou to Fake News, and here's the news fit to be only on the Uncle Lou channel. Former Oakland Raiders Fred Biletnikoff plans to attend Georgia in the fall for a degree in journalism and has made inquiries into playing on the Dogs football team. Although he's 78 years old, Biletnikoff was also known to be a great wide receiver. Coach Kirby Smart shot in his khakis when he heard the news. After changing into a fresh pair of pants, Smart stated, "We'd love to have Fred come play as a redshirt freshman this year, and we'll provide him as much Gorilla Glue as he needs." Fred said, "I'm ready to show some of these snot-nosed little bastards what real football is all about." We shook Biletnikoff's hand after the interview, and it took some hot water and isopropyl alcohol for us to finally have our hands released. The college football list of worst coaches to first has come out, and at number 64 is South Carolina Gamecock coach Shane Beamer. Of course, first is Nick Saban, a Clemson Tide fan. When asked about the list, Beamer angrily stomped out of the locker room, went to the stadium press room where he continually played the Gamecock crowing. He turned the volume so loud that local police came out to find out what the problem was. Beamer shouted at police from the room, "There's no effing problem other than I suck at coaching football. I'm also testing out the speakers here." Police politely asked him, would he turn the volume down? And the crowing ended, and Beamer somehow disappeared from Williams-Brice Stadium. Neither did he show up for any of the practices this past week. His face is now being placed on milk cartons in the greater Columbia area, or as we call it here in South Carolina, the screen door of hell, asking for the missing coach. Milk sales have drastically dropped since the picture has been placed on the cartons of milk. Steve Spurrier has already called South Carolina and said, "I'll step in for that son bitch." South Carolina declined and told security if Spurrier seen anywhere on the campus to shoot him in the ass. Paul Feinbaum made a bold prediction that Alabama will not go undefeated this season. Paul stated in a back-and-forth phone call that he does not believe that quarterback Bryce Young has it in him. Nick Saban retorted and said, "Well, I guess I'll go whip on some old ball-headed ass." Feinbaum returned right back, bringing it, "You old geezer, you might win in football, but I will pound your pretty boy face in the ground." Dana White, head of the MMA, is requesting to put together an octagon fight between the two. Saban now is reluctantly backing out, saying he needs to concentrate on the team. Where Feinbaum is stating, "Anytime, mother effer." Little be known that Paul Feinbaum went through Special Forces training in the early 80s and passed with flying colors. One Special Forces team member who passed in his class said Feinbaum is one scary dude. If you hear him whistling and he has piano wire in his hand, you better run hard. Well, it's official. Tim Tebow has joined the Jacksonville Jaguars, and if he makes the 53-man roster, he will play at the tight end position. Tebow stated he wanted to thank Jesus for the opportunity. Jesus called into fake news and said he had nothing to do with it. "I got better things to do than deal with an overweight has-been that wants to play pro football." Jesus also offered a tip. "Don't put your money on the Jacksonville Jaguars this season." All I can say is there's going to be a lot of hair pulling, and it's coming out of Trevor Lawrence's head. Satan also called to wish Tim Tebow the best, and that Urban Meyer is his man, signed, sealed, and delivered, and looking forward to welcoming him to the Lake of Fire and to his hellish lakefront property. The big dummy.
Oh, you didn't warn me.
I know I didn't warn you.
But I got you.
It's all right.
You big dummy.
I forgot to warn you. My apologies.
Yesterday in one of the videos I did at the end, I was making a point, and at the end I said the famous George Carlin quote, think about how stupid the average person is, and then understand that half the population is dumber than that. And I put his picture up as I was saying that.
You got to tell me that story one of these days about Grady 1219. He pulled a gun on you?
Not on me. Like, I've never seen him, but he got so worked up about me in a video that he pulled out 2 pistols. This picture is real that plays. That's him. I just photoshopped Grady's
That's him, and he's got
face.
a pistol in hand.
Two,
Is that right?
one in each hand. And yeah, he got so worked up on video that he pulled out his 2 pistols, pointed them at his camera, and talked about how he was coming down here and, you know, blah 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 and all that. Yeah, so that's the condensed version.
Wow. You'll have to tell me that full story one of these days. Bluetooth Fake News is being brought to you by South of the Border Quickie Divorce. You've seen the signs on the interstate for South of the Border, but did you know that South of the Border now has a divorce attorney that can get you a divorce within 30 minutes? By the time you finished a couple of awful tacos in a restaurant, our bottom feeder lawyer, Sid Goldsteinberger, will have you divorced, owing no money to your spouse, and a ticket out of the country within 24 hours. Stop at South of the Border, not only to say hi to Pedro, but tell your former partner to go straight to hell. South of the Border's Quickie Divorce, right behind the firewood stand off of I-95. And Hell's Angels Bar in Goose Creek, now hiring sewers for sewing patches on leather. Please bring your own sewing machine. Hell's Angels is also hiring for lawn maintenance. If you have a rundown lawnmower and a baseball bat, that'll do. Apply if you dare at Hell's Angels Bar right before Stumpy's Firecracker Stand on Highway 78 and Goose Creek. And that is the Bluetooth Fake News for the week. Big hitter, the llama. Scott Kerr reporting.
Great job, Scott. Again, as usual. The Tim Tebow stuff was great, and you talked about I forget what did you say? Jesus called and said what? He didn't have anything to do with Tebow getting the job. Everyone knows Jesus and God are Alabama fans. We've known that here for a while, so I'm not surprised that he didn't have a hand in the Tebow deal. You know, God gave Alabama the gift of football because he didn't give them anything else. So he's an Alabama fan.
I'll remember that one.
Yeah, he has to be.
Oh my God, I got an Alabama fan. I'll tell that a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I'll tell him that. So he might punch me in the face, but that's all right. All right, that's funny. Lou, have a great week. I'll see you on the other side.
Hey, let me.
Right?
I was gonna email you, but while I'm on, let me just go ahead and tell you. Email me if you don't mind your address and your shirt size. I got the Slob Olympic shirts are ready, and I'm gonna send you.
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah, so tell me a shirt. Just email me your shirt size and a good address to send it to, and you should get it in a couple of weeks.
Oh, man, I appreciate that very much. I really do.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. And I'm going to do my best to try to make it to Pigeon Forge. You know,
I'd love to see you up there.
You
Yeah.
and I can. Yeah, you and I can find that manager or whoever we talk to and just whip his ass.
That sounds like a pretty good plan to me. That might be the Slob Olympics main event there. See who can beat the shit out of the general manager the most. Yeah.
All right, my friend. Take care.
All right, we'll talk to you next week.
See you later.
Thank you as usual. I know I say it. Well, I probably don't say it enough, even though it does feel like I say it a lot. But he puts a lot of time into this show just to do that one segment on Monday, and I don't know. I think he does a great job. That was your fake news, brought to you by Scott Kerr. We do that every Monday morning here on the morning show. And, of course, also on Monday mornings, everyone's favorite YouTube traffic reporter, none other than Chess Hall. Always has his ear to the ground. Chess Hall.
Good morning. How are you, Uncle Lou?
Doing great. How are you, sir?
I'm great.
Are you on some kind of Bluetooth or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to cut that off.
What's up?
All right.
One second. One second. That better?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you, sir. What's going on, buddy? How was your weekend?
My bad. Sorry about that. It was good, man. Didn't really do anything. Just sit around the house. That's about it. What'd you do this weekend?
Chess, what are you doing? This isn't working. I'm not sure what's going on. Am I the only one that can hear that? Where are you?
In my house, like always. Well,
Every time you talk, there's this annoying static and background noise. I don't know what it is, but anyway.
hold on a second. I know what it is. Give me just a second. I got you. I can cut it off right now. Hold on. Should be good now. I had my fan on. That's probably what it was.
Okay, yeah, that sounds a lot better. Just take your shirt off
Sorry
or something
about
if
that,
you're
Luke. I
hot.
really am.
Just take your shirt off if you're hot, you know. That'll be just fine.
I got you. Did you have a good weekend, buddy?
You know what I did? Now yesterday, but sometimes this is good though. Yesterday, I didn't do anything. I mean, I literally, I went to McDonald's to get breakfast at like 9 a.m. Other than that, I never stepped outside yesterday. I mean, I literally didn't do anything. Because Who Killed Sarah season 2 got released. So that any plans I had immediately went out the window once I figured that out. So, but no, I had a good weekend.
I got that queued up on the old Netflix. I'm gonna watch it after the morning show.
Yeah,
Who
it's
Killed
good.
Sarah.
Yeah, it's good. What'd you do?
So, nothing. Just hung around the house with my girlfriend, making plans because her birthday's this Wednesday. So.
Oh.
Yeah, about it.
Her birthday is Wednesday. Wow.
Yep, she'll be 26.
Now I forget it. Didn't you? Your girlfriend now you didn't meet off of Tinder, right? You knew her for a long time, didn't you? And then y'all just started dating like about a year ago or 6 months ago, or whatever it was. But y'all have known each other you knew her in real life. This wasn't a Tinder thing, right?
No, I met her on Facebook dating app like a year ago.
Oh, Facebook dating. See, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've been friends for over a year. I mean, we've been dating like we just celebrated 4 months like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Did you hear at the beginning of the show? Somebody I guess has been listening to the show just for the last few weeks or whatever, and have heard us talk about when you first came on, and they discovered those videos this weekend and they binge watched them. And I had forgot. I mean, I had forgot about a lot of the stuff that we did. But does she know about that?
Oh yeah, she.
Okay.
I was here at the beginning. She listens to the show. She texts me red mad faces when you were talking about it.
Oh, okay. Now I'm assuming she's giving you strict orders not to repeat that stunt with her.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
Now, how many relationships has the morning show cost you? 2? 3?
Yes.
2 or 3, right?
2.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And do you ever have any? Do you ever hear from Babe anymore?
No, I haven't talked to her since we broke up.
Yeah. Was the preacher's daughter, or was that someone else?
I dated 2 preachers' daughters.
Jesus Christ. What do you have, some kind of fetish for preachers' kids?
No.
Just a coincidence? That's just a coincidence there? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Pretty much.
she was one of the she was a preacher's kid though. Seems like I thought I
Yes.
remembered that. Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought I would tell you that you have a new fan.
Oh,
So,
that's cool.
But
man. I like
and
it.
I forgot. So they were asking me if I knew where the videos were, and it took me a while to find them because I forgot about this. But they're on the other channel
Yeah.
because I was doing all my live shows on the other channel back then, and so it took me a while to find them too. But when I found them, I couldn't help it. I had to sit and listen to some of them once I found them because I haven't re-listened to them either. I might have re-listened to some of it right back when all that was happening, but I haven't listened to some of that stuff in a long time either. But some of that stuff was just
Yeah. Jesus.
I mean, you're talking about Maui mudslides and all this kind of Blumpkins. Yeah. It was there's some wild stuff on there anyway. That was probably the best this morning show has ever been. That the last June when the talent show went great because we had like 20 people send something in, and that was the same time that you were first coming on, and everybody kind of got to know Chess Hall for the first time. That was a great that was a great 5 or 6 weeks on the morning show. So anyway, I just thought I would mention that this morning. So yeah, you have a new fan. I
appreciate it.
Anyway, traffic report time. What you got for us this week, Jess?
Yes, sir. Today on today's traffic report, Ballard Sports Media. We all know him. He comes on Friday. We do Tinder Ballard. As you guys know, last Friday I come on and gave him some tips and advice for Tinder because he's one of my best friends on YouTube. We talk off YouTube. We're friends. All that good stuff. Anyways, I do a show with Ballard called the Unprofessional Sports Show. And it was planned for Ballard's channel Saturday because we alternate on each other's channels each week. And this is the third time he's done this to me. He was late. He called me 5 minutes, or he called me 10 minutes before the show started. He said, "I'm 5 minutes away from home. We'll be good. I won't be late." Lou, he showed up 15 minutes late, and I'm sitting in the back room waiting. And he comes on and everything, and he tells the audience, "I'm sorry, guys, that I was late, but I really don't care what you think." So I don't know what's going on with Ballard. I have no idea, but I'm going to say this on the morning show, and Ballard, I hope you watch back because I'm going to text you and tell you, listen to this. You got one more chance with me, man. I can't do it no more. I can't have you being late again. I can't do it. I put all the effort in, and you're not putting any in. I don't like it. Now I see what Lou and everybody meant by when I was late all those times. So Ballard, you got one more chance with me, buddy. I love you to death, but you gotta own up and take responsibilities. I can't.
It's very disrespectful, isn't it?
Only one that.
Yeah, it's very disrespectful.
Yes, it hurt my feelings honestly,
Yeah.
and he wouldn't. And I had to ask him on the show to apologize to me. I was like, "Can
Right.
I have
I
an
heard
apology?"
that. Yeah, I heard that.
I'm putting in the effort, and he's not. I don't understand it. I love that. I love the Unprofessional Sports Show. It's my baby.
Yeah, I mean,
created
your back has to be sore, and not just because you weigh 500 pounds, but you've been carrying Ballard around for a year. You know, that's going to wear on you.
Yeah, he carries me some too. Yeah, he carries me some too. I'll give him all the credit where credit's due. It's just, Ballard, get your shit together, man, because you're starting to become what I used to be, and I don't like it. I'm trying to help you out, buddy. But anyways, I digress. Also, TTC, if you guys don't know what the TTC is, the Trash Talking Circle, Lou knows what it is.
Well, there's no such thing as the TTC anymore. I mean, the TTC is dead.
Okay, well, there used to be.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, it's been dead, yeah. But there's a guy who used to do that by the name of Mike Mosh. If anybody knows who Mike Mosh is, he's a big Cowboys fan, and he makes jerseys, which Lou tried to buy jerseys from him, and he refused to sell them to him, which is retarded. I don't know why he didn't do it. But anyways, doesn't matter. His birthday was last week. I believe it was on either Wednesday or or Thursday. I can't remember what day it was on. This man is the biggest simp I've ever seen in my life. He had a woman come on there and literally strip into her panties for his birthday. And get this, the woman that stripped is dating another YouTuber who's in supposedly the dead TTC. And was okay with it.
Wow.
Now, when I tell you stripped, I'm talking about panties and bra and like showing a little bit of tits. And it's just ridiculous. And
Well, where was she? Was at Mosh's house, or she was just on her own house in a stream
no,
yard?
she was on get this, she was at the guy she's dating's house.
Yeah.
On Mosh's stream doing it.
Who's the guy?
His name's Raider Cousin.
Oh yeah, I know him.
He's a Raiders fan.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a cousin too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a cousin. Yeah.
Why he's named
Also,
Raider
too.
Cousin.
And
It makes
yeah,
sense.
well,
Makes sense.
yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Be silly if he was a Patriots fan
so-
and someone's brother, but his name was Raider
Yeah.
Cousin. That would just not make any
Yeah.
sense at all.
Raider brother. Anyways. Also, believe it or not, on the dead TTC side, JP of the New Orleans Saints. If you guys don't know who JP of New Orleans Saints is, he's a New Orleans fan, and he runs a pretty popular stream. He usually gets 2,000 or 3,000 views per stream easily, but that's because there's so much crazy shit that goes on there. Now, there's a kid that goes in there by the name of Jordan Dog.
Yes.
And I don't know how to describe what Jordan Dog. What?
I said, yeah, I know who that is.
Anyways.
He looks like
Yeah.
he looks
Jordan
like
Dog,
a character from Lord of the Rings.
It looks like Nosferatu, if you know who that is.
No, I don't.
Anyways.
But I know who a character from Lord of the Rings is.
Yeah, he looks like Schmeagol.
Right.
Or Schmoggle, whatever that damn thing is. Anyways, the TTC, or the dead TTC, has made this kid cry on live stream. And the other day he was drinking on live stream. So if you want to be part of the TTC, supposedly TTC, even though it's dead, it might cause you to drink and do things that are stupid. I don't get it, man. These guys are ridiculous and just retarded. I don't understand it. They scream and yell at each other for hours and talk about how they got this much money and they're going to do everything and all this other kind of stuff. I don't understand it. So Jordan Dog, if you're listening to me out there, buddy, get the fuck away from them people, man. They ain't no good for you.
Well, they're not any good for anybody.
They're just going to shit
But now, Chess Hall,
Yeah,
Grinder Ballard, thank you for the super chat, Grinder Ballard. He has a question for you, Chess Hall. Again, this is from Grinder Ballard. He says, could you ask Chess when Morning Wood is? I can't find it on Wednesdays anymore.
Oh, yes. There is no more Morning Wood. It has been changed to Nightcap on Wednesdays at 11.
And why wasn't there a nightcap?
There is no more.
If Morningwood was changed to nightcap and it comes on Wednesday nights at 11, why was there no nightcap this past week?
I have no idea. I believe they did some kind of amped up on there, Lou. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I hope that answers your question, Grinder
really
Ballard. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah. And if you guys don't know what Grindr is, it's a gay dating app. So shout out to Grinder Ballard. Also shout out to Salad Tossing Ballard in the comment section. How you doing, buddy?
He's in here too. There's an account called Salad Tossing Ballard. I don't see that.
Yeah.
It
says Ballard Salad Tosser.
Oh, I see it. Salad Tossing Ballard. I see it.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, that's good.
Right.
Also in the traffic report, not to toot my own horn or anything, but everybody in here knows Mr. D4 Sports, best top 10 video maker on YouTube. I have started a podcast with him called the Big Guy Podcast. Now, if you've been on my channel for a while, I used to do the Big Guy Podcast, and it was a glorified hangout stream. Let's just be real. I'll go bullshit you, just be honest with you. But we started a podcast, and it is legitimate. We have a producer that you can send emails to if you want to be on the show. We've had D4 as our first guest, and Zach the Purdue fan, who's on the AAA show that's on D4 Sports' channel. He was our second guest, and believe it or not, today we have Caleb the Spelling Bee Man. Now, Lee, you remember Caleb, don't you?
I do remember Caleb
From Slav Olympic?
Yes, calls into the night show all the time.
Yes, sir. So if you want to get to know Caleb or anything about him, make sure you guys tune in, or you can watch it tomorrow on the replay on the Big Guy podcast. We're looking forward to having many guests on there. I'm trying to get in touch with people. We're booked for the next month. Just being honest with you guys. So we're putting in work. Me and D4 both are. So shout out to D4 Sports. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him. And lastly, in the traffic report, I know I've brought this up in the past couple of weeks, but it's big. It's huge. EDP445.com is not happening. It's done. Facebook got deleted. His Facebook page got deleted. Tyson, the Patriots fan, master at work, has really put it on him. The Facebook page is gone. People have been showing up to EDP's house. One guy, in fact, showed up to EDP's house and left a cupcake on his doorstep.
Now, where are you?
What I mean by that?
Where are you finding all this out at?
On Tyson's channel, Master at Work.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So his Facebook page is gone now too, because that's what he did when YouTube shut his channels down. He already had a Facebook page, but he started posting all his videos on there after his YouTube got shut down. And I watched the first couple of them to see his apology video, which he never even made one.
Yep.
So, but now Facebook has shut him down too.
Yes, sir. They have indeed.
Yeah.
Which is good.
You know anything about
Great,
Boogie?
actually.
You know anything about Boogie 2988?
Yes, sir. He got arrested like last week, I think.
Yeah, that's wrong.
He got arrested.
That charge is not going to stick, in my opinion.
Oh no.
He should have shot the guy in the head. That's what he should. He should have shot the guy in the head. That's what he should have done.
Oh, you seen the video too? I've seen.
Well, I saw the video. Boogie made a video about it months ago when it happened.
Yeah. Why did it take this long for him to go? I don't understand that.
I don't know. I don't know what he did wrong. I don't think he didn't do anything wrong.
No, he just fired a warning shot. That was it.
Yeah. Some idiot stalker showed up at his house to whip his ass. He should have shot him in the head. Instead of just firing a warning, he got arrested for firing a. They charged him with aggravated assault for firing a warning shot. I mean, that's ridiculous. He did the guy a favor.
It's stupid. Oh yeah. But to go in a little bit more in depth on the EDP thing, if you guys want to know, EDP has filed a restraining order against Tyson, aka Master of Work. That was one of EDP's last videos up on the Facebook channel. He got a restraining order on Tyson, so Tyson's in this guy's head, and Tyson has released text messages and stuff on EDP. Tyson's doing some work, Lou. He's got everybody that EDP's talked to, everybody that EDP's called. This guy's putting in work. Like, if you go to his channel, it's all EDP, which I don't get how this guy does it. So I don't know. Tyson's, he's like one of the best editors over on that NFL side, and it's just crazy. I don't get how he gets all this information, but he also even said that there's an arrest date for EDP, but he can't release it. So EDP is going to get arrested supposedly. I don't know if that's true or not, but
well, I don't believe that. I mean,
Tyson.
the police don't make plans. I mean, this is like people who want to fight you in 6 months. I mean, that's not how it works. If the police have reason to arrest somebody, they go arrest them. You know.
Exactly.
The police aren't sitting around going, man, I can't wait till June 23rd so we can go arrest EDP. No, they just go arrest him now. I'm not saying he won't get arrested. He may end up getting arrested. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the police aren't just sitting around waiting on some date in the future so that they can do it. And the only person they've told is Tyson, some random YouTuber that they don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily believe that.
Yeah.
But back to the boogie thing. Now there ain't a gun training program on planet Earth that teaches anybody to fire a warning shot. Not one.
No.
You don't fire no warning shots. The warning is when you point it at them. That's the that's the warning.
Mm-hmm.
Warning shot.
I don't know, man. That shit in Georgia.
That's like these idiots who say. And listen, I'm all for throwing the police in jail when they do something wrong. But this thing that people say where police need to be trained to shoot people in the leg, no. Shoot somebody in the damn leg. If you shoot somebody in the leg, it should be because you had bad aim. You don't shoot people in the leg. Now, yeah, if you're in the mob and someone owes you money, okay, you get them down on the ground and you put one in their knee. But I'm saying in general, for self-defense purposes or the defense of the public or whatever, no, you do not shoot someone in the leg. That's ridiculous. That's insane.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if he may shut up on my property that wasn't there, like I said, I wouldn't fire no warning shot. Just say that. I'll just say that. I hope nobody ever shows up because.
I mean, I'm just saying, Boogie 2988 is in worse shape than you. What's he supposed to do?
Exactly. I mean,
it's not like he can run away.
He's a good guy. I've talked to him. I've messaged him personally, believe it or not. He's a good guy.
I've never talked to him.
The guy who stalked him is just the guy's a piece of shit that stalked him. He's talked shit to him for months. And months and months and months, and showed up and was just berating the shit out of Boogie. Called him all kinds of names and everything. He would say the N-word.
I'll give the guy credit. I'll give the guy credit. He's got more balls than any pointless troll that's ever been on this channel, because he actually showed up at the guy's house. How many times have I given my address out and I'm still waiting on the first one? So
yeah, he I can't remember the kid's name that showed up, but I've looked up his videos. He does this. He does weird shit like that. Like he'll go into a public restaurant with his shirt off and start screaming and yelling and shit. I saw one where he went to a guy, some random person in the gym, and just bugged the shit out of him for like 3 or 4 hours. Just bugged the shit out of him and filmed it. I'm like, why would you do that? I don't understand that. I understand you're trying to get views, but stop. Why do you got to be such an asshole?
I think the guy's mentally ill. I think he's mentally ill, honestly.
I do too. Yeah, shit. I don't have the balls to do that. I wouldn't show up to somebody's house like that. I'm not like that. I wouldn't. And I hope nobody in the comment section would either, because there's some crazy fucking people out there. Just saying.
No doubt.
But yeah, that's all I got to report, Lou. I can't wait for the talent show. My birthday's June 4th, so I'm ready for June.
Oh, June 4th. That's a Friday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, I spent my last birthday on YouTube, actually.
Yeah, June 4th is a Friday. What do we do here on Fridays? Ballard comes on Fridays. But I'll leave it up to you. If you want to call in, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes on Friday, so that people can wish you happy birthday or whatever, you can.
I will.
If you're up and watching the show or whatever, I'm gonna write that down that it's your birthday on that day, so I don't forget. But yeah, it's up to you. I don't know what your plans are. I don't know what your plans are for your birthday, but you're welcome to call in on that day if you want, and let the people tell you happy birthday for a few minutes.
Will, dude. I don't care.
Yeah. I know you don't care. That's obvious. That's been obvious for a while, so you don't have to convince anybody of that. Now, how old are you again? We 25?
Yep.
25. Well, If you had a car, your car insurance would go down. Your car insurance goes down when you hit 25.
Yeah, I've already got my own insurance, so I'm good now.
You got car insurance, but no car. Now, how's that work? How can a car insurance company insure a car that doesn't exist?
No, not car insurance. Just like health insurance and shit.
Health insurance. Well, that's good too, because you better keep health insurance at all times. Let's be honest here. You need health insurance. You also need to vote Democrat, because if the Republicans do away with this pre-existing conditions clause like they're trying to do, you're screwed.
God damn.
You need pre-existing conditions to be covered, or you'll be paying medical bills from now till kingdom come, won't you? If you didn't have insurance.
I don't have any pre-existing conditions.
Chess, you're a walking pre-existing chess. Weighing 450 pounds is a pre-existing condition. You wouldn't be able to get if you had to go through underwriting, you would not be able to get health insurance anywhere. No one would insure you. If they did away with the pre-existing conditions clause. You need that. Lots of people need that, not just you, but hell, I need it. I wouldn't be able to get insurance with pre-existing condition clauses removed.
Gator hater, no nation. I have a truck. I just don't have it fixed. I own my own truck. It's not fixed.
Now, what's wrong with it?
I own my own car.
Now, what can we do to get this thing up and running?
My truck?
Yeah.
My truck? Oh, I need a new starter. A new starter in it. I don't know how much starter.
That's nothing. That's nothing there. What else? And you put that in yourself. What else?
I'm trying to think what else. It needs a lot of shit done to it. I'm trying to think. New starter. A new alternator too.
Alternator, okay. Starter, alternator.
Mm-hmm.
Couple $100.
It's got an oil leak too, so it's got an oil leak. I need to get the oil leak fixed for sure.
Is this truck worth more or less than $1,000?
More.
Okay. Because you can't be putting a bunch of money in a truck that's worth $800. That don't make any sense, you know.
No, it's $2,500 truck.
Okay.
That's how much I paid for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could you get it running for $1,000?
Easily, yes.
Okay. Then yes, probably worth fixing then.
Yeah.
Probably worth fixing. Now next year this time, if you want to, you can go to whatever buy here, pay here car lot Stetson Bennett's working at and get you something a little more reliable.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a picture with him too, and I'll send it to you.
Yeah. How much taller are you than Stetson Bennett, you think?
What is he listed at? Is he listed at 5'11"?
I think he's listed at 5'8".
I believe he is. Okay, I'm 5'11", so.
Yeah, you're definitely taller than Stetson Bennett.
I think he's actually 5'5", to be honest with you.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know.
It's possible. Carl Simp needs to know year and model of the truck we're talking about.
96 Dodge Ram 1500 V8.
Oh, all right. And there's nothing wrong with the engine except maybe an oil leak.
Yep.
Okay. Beggin Megan, thank you for the super chat. He says part of EDP's prison sentence should be reading Ballard's blogs.
God. I've read them. I've actually read them, Lou. I'm not lying to you. I've read them. I've read them. Yep, I've read them. Support my buddy.
Grinder says that your girlfriend said the tires are flat on the truck. Is that true?
Oh, well, I guess they are flat on truck. Then I guess tires then.
Tires for a truck like that's going to cost you what, $300 or $400 at least.
Actually, no. I know a place in town that a tire, because I've got a replacement tire before. Replacement tire, $100, brand new.
Right. And how many tires are flat?
I have no idea. You have to ask her. I don't know how many tires are flat on the truck. I have no idea.
And what's 100 times 4?
400.
Right. That's about what I said. If the truck has
My
been
bad.
sitting there, you're going to need all new tires. They dry rot when it sits there. Yeah, she says all 4's done with.
Oh,
You think somebody slashed your
shit.
tires? Or they just went flat over time from dry
No, it's
rot,
been
probably.
It's dry rot. It's been sitting in the same spot for months now.
When you first started coming on this channel, that truck ran, right? Or was that a different truck you had?
Oh, no, it ran. It
Yeah.
ran. I ran the shit out of it.
Yeah, you did.
I drove everywhere.
Yeah, you did.
That's right.
Now you got nothing. Now, what about a scooter? What about a scooter?
We saw how me trying to ride a scooter in Atlanta, Lou. There's no way I could.
Well, that was a stand up. I'm talking about an Edward scooter, a real scooter, a moped.
I don't know. I might look into that. How much one of them things cost?
Edward says his cost like $1,500, brand new.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Get you about 90 miles to the gallon too.
I don't know. Could you see me riding a scooter, honestly? Wow.
You ride that thing all the way up to Pigeon Forge. Yes, sir.
Dude, I would. I would for sure. You know I would. Which I already got plans for Pigeon Forge. Me and my girlfriend's coming. So you'll get to meet her, Lou. You'll like her.
You're going to bring Mrs.
She's
Hall.
a big fan of yours.
Mrs. Chess Hall's coming
Yeah,
to
she's a big.
Oh, good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who'd we have last time? Mrs. Pete was there. Slim Shady
Kane.
Kane's wife was there.
Traveling Fool's wife.
Who?
Traveling Fools.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Brandon.
Yep.
Sea Dog's wife.
The Friction Vixens was there.
Uh-huh.
Sea Dog, that's right. Sea Dog's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Was
How
that it?
you like? Came the last night we were there.
That's right.
How you
Yep.
like?
Yep. He sure did.
I don't remember who else. I think that's it.
And next year, Mrs. Chess Hall will be making an appearance.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
I've already told her my outfit I'm wearing and everything, so she's already embarrassed, and we're not even there yet.
The one and
Yeah,
only
I'm
Robbie
liking it.
Battle says, Lou, are you going to the Georgia Clemson game? Yes, unless the tickets are in the $500 range, and then just no game is worth that to me. I'll just be honest with you. For $500, I'd just soon sit in my living room and watch 15 games that day. I'm not going to pay. I wouldn't pay $500. I wouldn't pay $500 to go to a playoff game. I'm just going to be real. It's just not worth it to me. I love going to games. I love the tailgating. I love the hanging out, but it's only worth a certain amount of money to me. So if I can get a ticket in the $300 range, yes, I will go. There's going to be a cutoff point somewhere above that where I'm going to say where I would make a decision that it's just not worth it. And I'll figure all that out in July. Once there's plenty of tickets up on StubHub and I get an idea what they're going to set, what the prices are going to settle at. And I don't even care where I sit. I'll sit in the upper deck. I don't care. It's not that big of a stadium anyway. 65,000 people, a little podunk NFL stadium. Nobody cares about the NFL. That's why their stadiums are so small compared to college football. But if I can get a ticket in the $300 range, and I'm not saying I don't know what the exact amount. Would I pay $320? Probably. Would I pay $350? I would probably pay $350 if there was some other, as long as there's still some other people willing to do, because there's a bunch of people that want to go. But let's be real. I know we're all millionaires on the internet, but the reason we're all millionaires is because we don't pay $500 for a football ticket. So there'd be a cutoff point somewhere, but I would probably pay $350-ish if there was other people that were going that were willing to pay that too. But I don't get above that. It's going to be hard to get me to go. Just being honest.
Yeah. I will not be going. I'll be watching it on TV, streaming it. So
Facts.
I had the best seat in the house.
Facts. That's facts.
Yes, sir.
All right, Chess. Well, you did a great job again this morning. I'm proud of you. You were here right at 8 o'clock in the comments section. I don't want you to think I didn't notice that. I did. So you sound like you're awake, which
Yes, sir.
is not always the case for people that have come on this show. So I appreciate that too. And keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. You have a good day, buddy. See y'all.
All right. Chess Hall checking in like he does every Monday. Keeps us apprised of all the YouTube news that we need to know. All the YouTube news we need to know. Thank you, Chess Hall, for another amazing edition of the Traffic Report. There you go. Even Macklin Griffin says you did a good job this morning, Chess. And I'm not going to argue with him. Not going to argue with him. Let's see what else Uncle Lou wanted to talk about today. Here's my copious notes. Oh, yeah. Copious notes here. Who Killed Sarah? I talked about that. If you haven't seen, I don't know what your problem is. I just know that you have one. Season two of Who Killed Sarah came out this weekend. Oh, I also noticed when I was pulling up Netflix to watch Who Killed Sarah Season 2 yesterday that there's a new Army of the Dead movie is out. Did anybody watch that this weekend on Netflix? No spoilers, but was it any good? It's a Zack Snyder movie. Some people hate him, some people love him. It's a Zack Snyder directed movie. A new Army of the Dead. Zombies have taken over to Las Vegas. The entire city of Las Vegas is a giant zombie camp. And the plot of the movie, best I can tell from the preview, is that a group of there's like $2 million buried in some vault underneath something in the middle of Las Vegas that's now overrun with zombies, and they devised this plan to try to get through the zombies, find the vault, break into the vault, get the money, blah, blah, blah. I think Batista's in it, if you're a wrestling type of individual. Anybody watch that? Was it any good? The previews looked good, or the previews looked like it was at least worth watching. I'm not a huge into the zombie thing. I watched the first couple of seasons of Walking Dead, and then I lost interest. It's not like I've seen all the zombie movies that have come out, but it did look pretty good. So the next time I have a couple hours to kill, that's probably next on my Netflix list. I'll check that out. And plus, it's a movie, not a series. So, yesterday, my day was just completely wasted yesterday with that Who Killed Sarah. Wasted in that I didn't do anything else. It was a great show. Season 2 was good, too. But the movie ain't but a couple hours long, so. Rick says he watched 20 minutes of it. It's not bad. A nuanced take on the zombie genre. So I noticed that yesterday. The slob shirts are finally done. So there's a list of 7 or 8 people who have to get one first, and then the shirts will be put up for sale on the t-shirt store. What is it? Teespring. Yeah. So the Slob Olympic shirts are done. So ordering those today for our buddy Scott Kerr, me, BBD, Pigskin Pete. And then there were 6 or 7 people that basically pre-ordered one. So those will be ordered today. We should all get them in a couple of weeks. They're print on demand. It's not like I don't just buy 100 of them and mail them out myself. Don't have time. They're print on demand. So as you order one, it's made and then sent to you. So it takes a couple of weeks to get it. But so the first of those will be ordered today to everybody that's in line to get one first. Me, Scott Kerr, BBD. Pigskin Pete, and then the 6 or 7, however many it was, I've got the list that pre-ordered them, so those will be sent out today. Slob Olympics, Pigeon Forge. What is it? March 11th through 13th, isn't it? Let's see. I think it is. No. Yes, here. No, that's the damn talent show. What is this? Yes, March 11th through 13th. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. YouTube's Got Talent in June, though. I'm sure everyone's excited. Where's everybody going for vacation this summer? Or are you going on one? What's y'all's vacation plans? You know what I was wanting to do? I haven't done this. I think it's probably been about 5 years. I took my kids to Six Flags, but it was about 5 years ago. My son at the time couldn't even ride anything. He wasn't tall enough. He won't have that problem now. My daughter was just barely tall enough at the time to ride all the rides, and she rode every single one, too. And she was, 7 or 8 years old at the time? 8 or 9, maybe. Anyway, she rode every single roller coaster there in the front car. Me and her rode in the front car of every roller coaster. She has no fear. She has no fear, my daughter, which gives me a ton of fear as a parent. But she has no fear at all. My son, I'll be honest, even though he's tall enough now to ride all the roller coasters there, I'm not sure he will. I'm not sure he will. He's a little more reserved about that kind of thing than his sister is. So we'll see. But I'm thinking about taking him to Atlanta for a weekend and doing like Six Flags in Whitewater, just whatever weekend. But and I don't know what else I'm gonna do. I don't know what else I'm gonna do as far as a vacation goes. I'm going to Charlotte in July for a concert. Concerts are back, by the way. So if you've been waiting, now would be a good time for you to start looking. Lots of concert tours kicking off in the next couple of weeks, really, these big summer concerts. But they're back, full capacity in most places, too. So if you one of those people that enjoys going to concerts, but it's been a while. I don't know what the hell that was. I do know what that was. Concerts are back. So start looking. Get yourself to a concert immediately. Uncle Lou going to see Dave Matthews in July. I've never seen Dave before, so it'll be fun. We'll do that in July. I don't know what else. I really don't know what else I'm going to do this summer. I really don't know. Haven't decided. Bacon and Jet says not going on vacation. Well, nothing wrong with that either. You can do it. How about you can do a staycation? A staycation where you just take a week off but stay at home. You could do that. You could do that. Rick Sanchez says he's going to Thailand in 2022. Is that for real? Doggy Jones going to, what does that say? Minnesota Key? I never heard of that. Is that part of the Florida Keys? I've never been down that far south in Florida, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Slim Shady's going to St. Augustine in October. It's a nice place. I've been there 15 times probably. Nice place down there. Friction Vixen going to Swansboro, North Carolina in 2 weeks. Grand Canyon in August. Now, I'm jealous of. And Slob Olympics next year. Yes, Slob Olympics, one of the most popular destinations, vacation destinations for next year for sure. I want to go out west. I've never been anywhere out west. I'd love to go to the Grand Canyon, maybe Colorado. I don't have a lot of interest in going to California. I mean, I guess it would be cool to go to Los Angeles and whatever. I don't know. I've just never really had much of an interest in going anywhere on the West Coast. I would like to go to Arizona, though. I would like to go to Arizona. My mom was raised in Arizona, but I never went out there. I would like to go to the Grand Canyon out west. Colorado would be nice, too. I don't know. I think those are probably the only two places out west I really, not that I wouldn't go anywhere else, but those are the two places I've always wanted to go that I haven't been. Love to go to Colorado in the wintertime, and I'd love to go see the Grand Canyon. That won't be happening this summer, but those are on the bucket list for sure. Macklin says he's going to Dothan, Alabama. You might be the first person to ever vacation in Dothan, Alabama. Then Panama City Beach in August. Now, that'll be fun. The Panama City will be fun. Rick says, I've been to Southern Cal. It's nice. Oh, I'm sure it's amazing. I know a lot of people who have been. I hear people talk a lot, especially about San Diego. Isn't it like San Diego? It's something like 82 degrees, 300 days of the year or something like that. It's just, I don't know. I always hear that the weather in San Diego is literally perfect almost year round. Not hot, not cold. You live in San Diego? So, like, what's the temperature there today? Like, what's the high going to be today in San Diego? And you don't have to look it up. You can just give me an idea kind of temperatures we're talking about there in the end of May. It's 100 degrees here every day from now through the middle of September. You don't even have to look at the weather here. It's 100 degrees with 100% humidity, and it might rain in the afternoon or it might not. Macklin's going to see some family in Dothan. Okay, yeah, I got you. K-Stark says going to Cape Coral in Florida in July. Now, I've never been there either. Friction says it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. The Grand Canyon, I think, talking about there. Sea-Dog says last year we didn't get Six Flags Day because of the virus. Yeah. %of the time it's 70 to 73 degrees by the beach, roughly 80 inland and 90 plus in the desert, says Blake. Georgia Forever says going to Vegas in June. Yeah, June, July, and August, cheapest times to go to Vegas. Why? 140 degrees every day. That's why. If you want to go to Vegas on the cheap, go in June, July, or August. Go in June, July, or August. Bring plenty of water. Bring plenty of water. I know it's air conditioned in the casino, but still, I know people do a lot of walking around when they go there, but 140 degrees every day there, June, July, and August. Yeah, have fun with that. I've never been to Vegas. I'd love to go to Vegas one day, but I've never been. Sea-Dog's thinking about going to the Virginia-Georgia Tech game in Virginia. Why that one, I wonder? Is there a reason that you would go to the game in Virginia? Your family up there, or just haven't been to a game there before and want to, or what? What's the reasoning behind wanting to go to specifically that game? What's the biggest trees that's been living for thousands of years? Aren't they those red oaks or whatever out in California? Sea-Dog says that's the only road game that we can probably win besides Duke. You know, that's an interesting question. I know we're fans, so we're winning every game. But realistically, though, let's say you're, because, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. It's been my finding that most people go to a game or two a year. I know some people have season tickets and go to every game, but I think your average person's going to a game or two a year. When you're trying to decide what game you want to go to for your team in a given year, what all do you consider? Is it you know, I want to go to the biggest game and I don't care what it costs? Is it I want to go to I want to go see us play the School of the Blind because the tickets will be $40? Is it I want to go to a game that I'm pretty sure will win, as opposed to going into a game that we might lose? What do y'all consider when you're trying to decide what, if you're one of the people that just go to a game or two a year? I know there's some in here that have season tickets and go to every game, and that's great too. But I'm curious, for those that only go to a game or two, what do you how do you make that decision on what game you'll go to? Like Sea-Dog just straight up said he likes going to road games and he thinks that's one of the only ones they'll win this year. Is that something a lot of y'all consider? Mountaineer Mike and Bacon says rivalry games. Rivalry games are obviously probably near the top of everyone's list. Ticket cost would be what kept some people away from those types of games. Like, especially when I was younger, or when my kids were younger, and I would take them to a game. You know, like when my son was 4 and 5 years old, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to pay $200 or $300 to take my son to see Georgia, Florida, or Georgia, Auburn, or one of the expensive games, because he's not even going to remember it. He's going to sleep half the time. It might end up having to leave in the third quarter if he doesn't want to be there anymore. So I would go to a lot of the terrible non-con games just so I could take him and he could get the experience of being there and seeing the dog walk and all that kind of thing. So we would go to like Louisiana Monroe or, one of those types of games where the tickets were, 30, 40, $50 a piece, something like that. Now, I did take my son to one big game a couple of years ago, to Georgia-Auburn game, but he was old enough then at that point. He wanted to go. I didn't have to worry about him falling asleep. He'll remember that game and that experience when he's 50. So, it made it more worth going. And then I took him to the Georgia Tech game in 2019 in Atlanta. But when he was younger, I would take him to a lot of those cheaper games. Nickel State, yeah, Vic, good example. Those are the types of games I would take him to when he was younger. Bacon and Jet says, I plan on going to a South Alabama home game this year. That's good. Frickson says, went to Jacksonville 2 years ago, pushed my husband's wheelchair 22 miles because driving was so bad. Rivalry isn't worth it, we decided. Well, you took him the once, and now y'all can say y'all did it, and you don't necessarily have to do it again. I've only been to one Georgia-Florida game, and it was, 6 or 7 years ago. Lost Aggie said, mostly ticket costs, which is why I go to Conference US UAB games, yeah. Sea-Dog says, I've been having a hard time getting my wife to like Georgia Tech, so I want to take her to a game that we can actually win. I'm not, some people have been to hundreds of games. I don't know the exact number of games I've been to. It's over 20 and less than 40. I don't think I've ever seen Georgia lose a game in person. I'm trying to think back. I don't think I've ever seen Georgia lose a game in person. Now, and I'm not saying that to brag about Georgia. It's more to the point that I haven't been to a lot of games. I guess. I don't think I've ever seen Georgia lose in person. Crimson Brave says, I've seen Bama lose once in person. Now, that's rare. Not very many people have seen Bama lose in person. Jerry, you're hitting the nail on the head there. You're hitting the nail on the head. The experience in watching a game at home now is so great with huge flat screen TVs and HD and surround sound, and the fact that, especially if you're a college football fan, you can watch 10 games in a day. For me, it's a 2-hour drive to Athens and then tailgate for 2 or 3 hours, and then the game for 3 hours, and then an hour to get back to your car, and then another hour to get out of traffic, and then 2 hours to drive home. So, for me to go to a Georgia game is an all day, a 12-hour ordeal. And all you get to see that day is the game you see in person, really. Sometimes, you'll be at a tailgate that might have some TVs on before the game or something, but the at-home experience, you can really, for not a lot of money anymore too, you can really have a man cave or whatever you want to call it, where you can you can sit somewhere on Saturdays from noon to 2 in the morning and you can't beat that, and watch all the games you want in the air conditioning with cheap food and drinks from your refrigerator. It's hard to beat that. hard to beat that. I know the Georgia Clemson game is in September, but this will be the first game I've been to in September in a while. It got to where I wouldn't go to any games in September anymore. And I still probably wouldn't go to a noon game or probably even a 3:30 game in September. It's just so hot. And when I was younger, the heat didn't bother me as bad, I guess. But I am like even the spring games at Georgia when they have them now at 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon. And this is in the first week of April where maybe it's 85 degrees. If you're sitting in the sun, it's just miserable. I mean, it's just miserable. And in September, it's even hotter. The first 3 or 4 weeks of the season in the SEC are just ridiculous. If you get these noon or 3:30 games, it's going to be 100 degrees. And you're crowded with, 100 degrees and you're surrounded by people all giving off body heat. It's just miserable. Miserable. But the Georgia Clemson game is a huge game, and it's at night, and it's in Charlotte, which not that it'll be cold there, but it won't be as hot as it would down here. That's a few hours north of here, but it's just brutal to go to these September games as the older I get. Rick, exactly right. That's the number one. I know coronavirus might have been like the nail in the coffin type of thing for a lot of movie theaters, but movie theaters have been struggling for a long time for the same reason. You're right. You can buy a 65-inch TV for $400 and sit at home in the air conditioning. For $150, you can get an amazing sound bar. You don't even have to have speakers all over your room anymore. You can just have an amazing experience at home for not very much money anymore. And, that's something theaters have been struggling with for a long, long time. Don't disappear after week 1, Dennis. That's all I ask. Don't be Gamecock Steve. I know you're not, Dennis. You've been here a long time. I'm giving you a hard time. I know you're not going anywhere. You've been here a long time, at least several years, right? How long have you been here, Dennis? You've been here several years, I know. Five years, okay, yeah. All right. I've been around Kirby Smart's first year, 2016. That was when a lot of the people that have been around here for a long time, that's around when they found this channel, was the 2015, 2016 season. The end of the Mark Richt era and the beginning of the Kirby era is when I think a lot of people found this channel. And I've only really been making football videos since 2014, right? Oh, hell, shit, that was a long time ago. I think 2014. Yeah, I don't understand that either, dogs. None of those people would bet $1 on that, though. Georgia losing 3 games in the regular season. There's not a single person alive would bet $1 on that. Not one. There ain't a person on earth that would bet $1 that Georgia's losing 3 regular season games. There ain't. No one is that dumb. No one is that. Not even South Carolina fans are that dumb. Yeah, Slim, you've been here forever, too. What does BYJFC mean? I have no idea. Time Traveler, what's up, buddy? Jerry says, I know I'm kicking a dead horse, but I really wish Tennessee would have made a run at Mark Richt. Well, my thoughts and feelings on Mark Richt are known, but with that being said, it wouldn't have been the worst hire Tennessee could have made. He's a stable coach, if nothing else. And he's definitely, I mean, it's been proven he's a better coach than anything you've had since Fulmer. So, and we don't know about Heupel, but I think if Tennessee would have hired Richt in 2016 when he was fired from Georgia, he'd probably still be the coach there today. And I don't know, there's no way to know, but as far as would you have won the East or the SEC or anything, but you wouldn't have had any 4-win seasons either, or 5-win seasons. I mean, you'd have been minimum of 8 wins a year with him. Well, Mark Richt moved back to Athens, though. He lives in Athens again now. Every Georgia football coach since hell, every person alive that's ever been the head coach of Georgia currently lives in Athens, Georgia. Dooley, Goff, Donnan, Richt, Kirby, all currently reside in Athens, Georgia. Now, at the time, Jerry, and I don't know about you personally, but at the time, 2016, I don't think the Tennessee fans would have wanted Richt. Tennessee fans, most of them anyway, have a totally different outlook now than they had in 2016. I don't know how many Tennessee fans would have accepted Richt as a hire in 2016. In 2015 and 2016, Tennessee won 9 games, I believe. Not sold on Oklahoma going undefeated. Well, going undefeated is really, really hard, but going undefeated is not Oklahoma's goal. Going 12-0 shouldn't be anyone's goal. Goal is to make the playoffs, and I do think Oklahoma's got Oklahoma and Clemson. In my mind, those two teams have the best chances of making the playoffs, in my opinion. I think I would bet money right now that Oklahoma and Clemson both make the playoffs. But going undefeated is hard, even for your Alabamas and your Clemsons and your Ohio States and your Oklahomas and Georgias and whoever else you want to say is the top 7, 8 teams. I mean, going undefeated is extremely hard. Having a 12-0 regular season is not Nick Saban's goal every year. That's just not true. Nick Saban's goal every year is win a national title. And you don't have to go 12-0 in the regular season to win a national title, especially in the SEC. That's not Nick Saban's goal at all. I mean, are you telling me that Alabama didn't accomplish their goals in 2017? Is that what you're telling me? Of course Alabama accomplished their goals in 2017. Of course they did. They didn't go undefeated. They didn't even win their division. But they still accomplished their goals. Why? Because 12-0 ain't their goal. Win the national title is their goal. Does Saban want to go 11-1 in the regular season and finish 14-1 with a national title, or does he want to go 12-0 in the regular season and then finish 13-1 with a loss in the first round of the playoffs? I mean, Johnny says this is the year that Kirby Smart goes Tanya Harding on Nick Saban's knees with a crowbar. Go Dogs. I do think Penn State and LSU, if the two teams that I think will increase their win total the most from 2020 to 2021 is Penn State and LSU. LSU won 5 games last year. Penn State won what, 3, 4, 3, whatever they won. LSU and Penn State will have the biggest increases in their win total year over year. Both of those teams are way better than their record indicated last year. People who think LSU is going to be terrible this year because they went 5-5 last year remind me of the type of people who thought LSU was going to win a national title last year because they went 15-0 in 2019. You have to have more of an understanding of what's going on than just knowing what the team's record was the year before. Not that that doesn't matter. It matters, but it's not the only thing that matters. I mean, anybody that looked at LSU going into last year and thought they were going to have a chance to do anything just had no idea what they were talking about. LSU lost way too much to the NFL in early graduation. Never mind the coronavirus stuff where they had players opting out after that. And Penn State was in a similar boat. All right, Kevin. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here, too. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. Shout out to Scott Kerr and Chess Hall for coming on today like they do every Monday. Scott Kerr with the fake news this morning. Chess Hall with the traffic report. Don't forget, LouTube's Got Talent starts the second week of June, 2 weeks from today. So you have until then 2 weeks to get your videos in for LouTube's Got Talent. Anything can be a talent. It doesn't matter how silly it is. We had people last year say the alphabet backwards. I had people last year clap on their thighs to the beat of a song as a talent. I mean, we had all kind. I had a guy do pull-ups as a talent. We had a guy ride a skateboard for a talent. We had a guy send in his soccer highlight video. We had singers. We had people playing the guitar. I mean, we had all kinds of weird. The weirder, the better. The weird stuff is the best part. So literally nothing is off limits as long as I can show it on YouTube without getting the channel shut down. That's the only qualification. I set up a separate email just for the talent show, LouTubeTalent@gmail.com, LouTubeTalent@gmail.com. You can email your video to that email. If the file size is too large to email it, you can come up with some other kind of way to get it to me, and then send me an email to this email address telling me where the video is. Maybe you uploaded it to YouTube and I need to download it from YouTube. Maybe you sent it to me on Facebook Messenger. Maybe you posted it somewhere else and I need to go get it and download it. There's plenty of ways to get the video in. How you get it in is up to you, but you do have to send an email to this email address regardless of how you send me the video, telling me where to go find the video. LouTubeTalent@gmail.com, LouTubeTalent@gmail.com. Have people do impressions and impersonations, I mean, all kinds of stuff. So whatever you can think of for the talent, the more the merrier. We had about 20 last year. I'd love to have at least that many again this year. Chess Hall is going to co-host a talent show with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a prize for first place, a prize for second place, and a prize for dead last. So that's how we're going to do it. Appreciate all of you tuning in. You know the schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 8 a.m. morning show. Tonight, 10 p.m., the Lunch Money Show with me and Pigskin Pete, the internet's most popular show about nothing. And Uncle Lou After Dark, the college football call-in show every Tuesday and Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. And barely watchable, pointless videos, football videos uploaded all throughout the week. All right. Let's get the week off to a great start. Enjoy your Monday. Have a great week and an even better morning, too.